Hey guys, it's Ben here. Just want to show you a quick tip on using idle and how you can reuse previously entered commands without having to type them in again each time. You'll find this really useful when you're writing your code, particularly when you're doing your assignments and you've got the same line of code that you want to run over and over again, but you don't want to have to type it in again each time. Or you might have a line of code that you've entered and there's a syntax error and you want to fix it without having to write that line out all over again. Or you might just want to edit in some way a line that you've previously entered and see how that outputs differently. In any case, it's really useful if we can access some sort of command history. And there's actually a way that we can do that in idle using the history previous and history next hotkeys. And I'm going to show you guys how to use those really quickly. So take the expression 2 plus 3 times 4, and I want to see what that evaluates to. That gives me 14. Now if I wanted to put brackets around the 2 plus 3 and see how that evaluates, I could just type that all over again. Or I could use the history previous key to access the previous command in my command history. Now by default that is Alt or Control on the Mac, so Alt on Windows or Control on Mac and P. Now the shortcut to this key on the Mac is Control P, or on Windows it's Option P. Now I can press that history previous key to access the previously entered command. And that'll bring it up and I can use the cursor or the arrow keys to make modifications to it as necessary and see that that actually gives me a different result. Now you're not just limited to one command in this way, you can actually navigate through the entirety of your command history by using the history previous and history next keys. So if I wanted to access the original command that I entered, that is 2 plus 3 times 4, and modify it, because it's the second last command, I'd have to press the history previous key combination twice. So I'll press Control P twice, and that'll give me my command, and I could put brackets around, say, the 3 times 4, and see how that evaluates. And there's no limit. As I said, you can navigate backwards and forwards through your command history as necessary. So for example, if I wanted to go back to the original command, I'd press Control P a couple of times. But if I change my mind and I want to go down again to 2 plus 3 with brackets around it, I could press History Next, which is Control on the Mac or Alt on Windows plus N. And that'll give me the next command. And there you go. Now personally, I don't find this to be the easiest key combination to use for this purpose. And so I'm going to show you guys really quickly how we can change those keys to the up arrow and the down arrow. If you're on a Mac, you'll want to go to the idle menu and then choose Preferences. Now if you're on Windows, you'll want to instead go to the Options menu and then choose Configure Idle. Once you've got that dialog box open, choose the Keys tab, and then in the list of key bindings, scroll down until we find History Next and History Previous. Firstly, let's click on History Next and click the button that says Get New Keys for selection. In the list of keys, scroll down and choose the down arrow. And then click on OK. Now we need to give this custom key set a name, doesn't matter what you call it. On Mac there's a bug that you can't actually get focus in that field until you click on OK. And we'll just call it CSSE 1001. And click on OK. Now once we've done that, we'll click on History Previous, and in a similar fashion we'll change the key to the up arrow. And once you've done that, click OK again, and you're all done. You can use the up arrow and the down arrow to access the previous and next commands in your history. Hope you guys find that useful, and we'll see you next time.